I'm Dáire Dunne and I lead Wellington's thematic investment platform.
Meet the manager, take one.
Thematic investing is about building a picture of the future using the small pieces of evidence that are all around us today. Because, as the science fiction writer William Gibson once said, the future is already here, it's just not evenly distributed. I had my first opportunity to really look into the future when I was about 10 years old. I was living on the west coast of Ireland with my siblings and my parents. The oil price had come down in the late 70s from about $140 a barrel to about $100. And my parents thought, well, if we don't take an opportunity now to travel to the United States to see family, we might never be able to afford it. We flew from Ireland in the early 1980s, which had a GDP per capita of about 1/3 the level of the United States. And as you can imagine, that transition was really astounding. I saw MTV for the first time. I saw infrastructure on a scale that I'd never seen before. I saw a range of consumer goods in the supermarket that was just incredible. To take that back and relate it to your friends and to hear how astonished and surprised they are by the reality that lives just 7 hours away on a flight, that I think is really inspiring. That really taught me about the benefits of travel to widen your perspective on things. I feel like I get that same kind of buzz in watching my children and see how they react to the world. The novelty and excitement that they express is a wake-up call to the rest of us who maybe just get bogged down in day-to-day life. Singapore, where I've lived for the past 15 years, is a great vantage point to look to the future. Today, you can go to the butcher in Singapore and buy lab-grown meat. It's one of the few countries in the world that's already allowed that. There are neighbourhoods you can go and visit where autonomous driving is the norm. It's a country that prides itself on innovation and experimentation. I feel incredibly lucky to be able to do thematic research at an organisation like Wellington. Here we have two distinct advantages. The first is that we have a network of research analysts spread all over the world, looking for emerging thematic ideas by country and by industry, and sharing those ideas within our ongoing collaborative framework. The second is that we have a really long heritage in long-term thematic thinking. The founding partners of Wellington in 1981, coincidentally roughly at the same time when I was going on my trip to the United States, decided to start a new project at Wellington called Future Themes. We now have a data bank of almost 2,000 ideas about the future going back almost 40 years. That's an incredibly rich vein of inspiration and insight for me and my team to be able to tap into for idea generation. I have never been more excited about the future than I am today. We are the luckiest generation that's ever lived, and we have an unrivaled opportunity to make the world a better place. And I think we should all be excited by that.
Dáire, that's a wrap. Thanks very much.
Thank you.